I'm not sponsoring this, I'm just using it as an example. This is something that most people snack on, something as simple as a granola bar. How many calories are in this? And what makes a serving? You eat this whole thing, you're getting 190 calories. That's all great, but what is a calorie? What does it mean, and why should you care about it? In this video, I'm going to explain everything you need to know for the basics of what a calorie is. All right, to not confuse you, let's back it up a notch. What is food for in the first place? Well, it's to give you energy. It's to give your body energy in many different forms, for your brain, for your movement, and just to live in general. Food, therefore, takes care of our energy requirements, our daily energy requirements. And ultimately, the calories are just a way or a unit of measurement to help us understand those energy requirements a little bit better. So basic definition, calorie equals unit of measurement of energy. Stick around for the scientific definition at the end, but first we need to discuss a little bit about, should you be cutting calories? What does it mean when people say counting calories? What number do you count until? There's the issue. Every person has a different size body, and we are different biological sex, and the different biological sex require different energy requirements. And if you're older versus younger, you require different energy requirements throughout the day. For example, an 8-year-old girl will not need to eat the same amount of food as a 35-year-old man. Simply put, the calorie is a way for us to understand our unit of measurement of how much we should eat. But it all stems around 3 basic types of energy that we have in our daily lives. Let's take another step further just to help you understand how much energy you actually need as a person. If you step back away from your life and you analyze yourself, you may notice that there's moments that you're doing nothing but existing. That's the foundational energy referred to as the basal metabolic rate. It's the energy that your body requires to just do nothing except exist. Vital organs are going to run and voluntary actions of your body are going to be carried out. This basal metabolic rate takes a lot of your energy requirements, upwards of 60% of it even. So don't be fooled. Just existing takes a lot of energy. The next type of energy that your body goes through, I'm going to breeze right past because it's just such a small amount, and that's actually the energy required to digest and break down food. Yes, to eat food, to a degree, takes energy to break it down. But this is a small category. It's maybe about 10 to 15% of the energy required in daily life, but it's definitely not enough to impact your health. Eating food will not ultimately break down the amount of energy that you need. It just depends on the types of food. But we won't get into the details on that in this video. The really important one that we're going to touch on now, the third one that you need to know about, is your activity-based energy requirements. And that can range from exercise-related activity and non-exercise-related activity. Exercise-related is, you guessed it, related to exercise. So doing things like biking, working out, running on a treadmill. Those are exercise-based activities. Non-exercise-based activities can include things like walking around your house, gardening, walking around for a job, any type of hobby pretty much is considered non-exercise related. Then of course something as simple as showering. Standing to shower will burn energy as well. Oh, and one tip from a personal trainer and nutrition coach, one easy way to burn a calorie is to reach your finger out there and hit that like button if you are enjoying this video. Thanks so much for doing that. It helps me as a creator. So they have 3 main categories of energy that our bodies require. Now let's loop it back to that calorie. When you're able to understand based on your age, biological sex, your height, and even your target weight, you can figure out exactly how much you should be consuming to maintain your body or to make any specific compositional changes that you'd like. Of course, you have to take into consideration your activity factor as well. For example, a full-time athlete might require way more calories than someone who is relatively sedentary. And if you're curious on calculating your own specific calorie needs, I do have a highlighted link in the description below. You can click on that, check it out, and see what your calorie needs might be. So now that you have a basic understanding of the fact that a calorie is simply a unit of measurement of energy that your body needs, the scientific definition is this: the energy required to raise 1 liter of water by 1 degree Celsius. Not very helpful when it's talking about food in particular, but I hope my definition might help you understand it a bit more. Now, while this topic may be daunting, I do have an entire playlist dedicated to help you understand the basics of nutrition. Go ahead and check it out. It's going to cover macro breakdowns, understanding what macronutrients are because they're really important to understand, and there's also a video I have there of reading labels because that's going to be a superpower in your health and wellness. So go ahead and watch those.